Today I thought it'd be kind of fun to answer a question that came out of one of my weekly live streams. That question is, what are your top 3 favorite shop organization projects? We all love shop organization projects, and I've done a lot of them, but there are at least 3, maybe a bonus one, that stand out as my favorite. I'm Jeff, you're watching Homebuilt Workshop. Stick around. I think all of us at some level enjoy trying to keep your shop organized. It seems like we're always trying to find another way to organize a certain thing, find a different process or a method that works well. So that's why I wanted to tackle this question, because I have found a few things that I really enjoy out of the many different projects that I've done. So jumping right in with project number 1. These are in no particular order. We're just gonna choose one and roll with it. Number 1, my router bit storage rack that you see in a ton of my videos, well, pretty much all of them. This has been great to help store and organize router bits. If you've got a router table, most likely you've got quite a few different bits. And having a rack like this that allows the router bits to be stored neatly keeps them from getting damaged as they bang into each other, and it doesn't take up valuable drawer space. This router bit rack is really pretty simple to make. It just has some special 3D printed inserts that I drew up in Fusion, printed out on my 3D printer, and they get inserted into a hole drilled in a piece of wood. The router bit rack that I use is kind of a random shape. It's kind of a neat little piece of live edge wood that I just randomly drilled a bunch of holes in, but you don't have to. You could lay them out in a grid pattern however you want to lay these out. You just print off as many of the inserts as you're going to need, and these inserts will accommodate both 1/2-inch shank as well as 1/4-inch shank router bits. If you're interested in building something like this, I do have the pre-printed inserts as well as the STL files available on my website. All the links are going to be down in the video description. My number 2 shop organization project that I use all the time is this French cleat drill bit rack. Now, I made this project quite a while ago, so the video is a little bit older, but the idea is still very solid. It really just uses a French cleat system with some angled blocks of wood. Some holes are drilled in those blocks and allows me to store my Forstner bits, countersinks, all kinds of different things. It's very handy, and it's stored right next to my drill press, which makes accessing everything very simple. You can make as few or as many blocks as you need, and since it's on a French cleat, if you decide you want to rearrange things, it makes it really easy to do. For me, these get used almost every time I use my drill press, so it has been a very valuable organization project for my workshop. And number 3 is this super handy PVC pipe storage system for longer parts. I made these little storage racks from some PVC tube and some pieces of wood, and these have worked incredible for storing longer items. If you're like me, you probably have many different materials around your shop, some of which can get really long, and those things can be hard to store. So I've found by cutting some PVC pipe and mounting them in these pieces of wood, I can attach them, in my case, to the ceiling, and it works great to store longer items up out of the way. You don't end up with a bunch of things leaned up against a corner where they can topple over and spill. It keeps a lot of things protected. I use it for storing fret wire for guitars, binding material, kerfing material, guitar truss rods, threaded rod, all sorts of different materials I have stored in these PVC pipe hanger bracket things. Technical term. This project was really pretty simple to put together. The hardest part really was finding the correct size hole to drill to fit whatever size PVC pipe you're using. The other cool thing about this is that you can use whatever size PVC pipe works the best for you. If you've got a bunch of small items, you can use a small diameter pipe. If you have some larger things, well, you can just scale it up to fit whatever you need to store. Really simple to put together and super effective at storing longer items. Before we jump into number 4, which is the bonus project, if you're enjoying this type of content, let me know by hitting that thumbs up button and clicking the subscribe button. That way I can kind of gauge interest and help me determine what videos to make for you guys moving forward. So I'll wait right here a second while you click the thumbs up and click the subscribe button. I'm not going to go anywhere, and then we're going to get to this bonus project. And I have one bonus project, so I guess that makes number 4. And that is going to be these sandpaper storage racks. I use a lot of different grits for my random orbit sander, so I wanted to find an effective method to store all of these different grits and keep them up out of the way and somewhat organized. Now, you've probably all seen the kind of cubby hole style with different compartments for each grit, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with those, but I wanted to try something a little bit different. The racks that I built use dowels and the holes that are already in the sandpaper to hold everything in place. I've never had any issues with the sanding discs working their way off and falling onto the floor. So far, it's held every disc that I've put on there, and it's been working out awesome. When I need a new disc, I can just reach up and grab it. The only issue that I really have is not necessarily with the project itself, but it's with the location. I've moved these things around a few different times trying to find the perfect location to put these things. Unfortunately, shop space for me is a bit of a struggle, so for now, that's been the best location, but really that's my only complaint with this thing. Overall, the project has been working awesome, and I think it's a cool way to store your sanding discs. So there you have it, guys. My top 3, plus 1 bonus round. So I guess that makes the top 4 shop organization projects that I use almost every single day. I hope you found this helpful. Links are down below to the videos where I built all of these projects. You can check them out. Remember, some of them are a little bit older, so it's okay to laugh. It's okay. I don't mind. I hope you're all doing amazing. Let me know down below in the comments what your top shop organization projects are. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next time.